Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, this is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 143. One more time. Last we left off, Kotsu seems to have looked like he killed Itadore and has knocked the shit out of Choso as well. He looks down on Naoya as he is struggling. He's really just down there like kind of vomiting. Turns out he's been poisoned because Choso's ability is not that he can poison you, but like his body is rejecting the cursed blood that entered his body from Choso's attack, which is a pretty cool fucking side effect to have.
But also, like, this is like the most like, believable thing that could ever happen. Like having somebody else's blood just fucking thrown into you.
Yeah, these times
I'm pretty sure that's not healthy, man.
Yeah, it's not good no matter what. Honestly, it's pretty gross no matter what.
He's like, what? Why would somebody else's blood affect me like this?
Well,
why do I feel like I'm sick?
I guess he didn't know it would be that bad. What if it's not even a cursed technique? What if he's just like,
yeah? What if it's just like, well, duh, dude. It's kind of fucking gross. You're throwing somebody else's blood.
Right, like maybe some of the dirt that was in the debris and stuff.
Yeah, all of that
got in there, and that made you feel not that great.
Yeah,
you have to go to the doctors.
I'll take his word for it. I guess.
So
he knows his stuff.
Kotsu offers to heal Naoya, and he's like, my reverse technique can heal people in exchange. And I'm like, oh, I forgot reverse techniques. He can apparently heal people. And in exchange for healing Naoya, he asks him to please inform their superiors about Itadore's death. So at that moment, I was like, I knew it. But we'll get to it when we get to it. We start off with we continue on with a flashback of Itadoris father. He looks a lot like Itadore, which is pretty cool. He's holding a baby Itadore, and we see Itadore.
No, isn't that this guy? No, that's not Naoya.
No, why would it be Naoya?
I was a little confused. He kind of looked like this guy a little bit.
Yeah, I guess like with the hair and all that, but this is definitely Itadore and his dad. Because he mentions Yuji, like it's Naoya.
Yeah, this is the first time that we've seen anything about his parents.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this shit was wicked.
This is crazy. Okay, so it turns out like he's standing.
So
there
that
with
means
his baby.
both the parents are crazy, but
yeah. His granddad is up here trying to talk sense into his son. It's just like, hey, I mean, you can live your life however you like, but give up on that woman, you'll die. And he just seems to be like kind of smitten with just having Yuji. And it mentioned that, and his grandfather mentions that like he's been wanting a kid, and for whatever reason, I guess maybe a previous wife of his couldn't bear children, so he seems to have made a child with this curse who has the scars on her forehead, the same ones that that Geto has. So
this means that he really is Choso's brother.
I knew it.
No way.
So does this mean that I feel like, they make it a point that people who like call each other brothers in this series might actually end up being brothers to an extent, right? Because this isn't the first time that Itadori's had this effect on somebody, with Choso.
Toto.
I mean, yeah.
Toto is also the same thing.
So there's a chance that he also has that kind of cursed like background, or family relation.
It's entirely possible. Here's the thing is that we've learned over the course of the Shibuya incident that the curse that now resides in Geto has lived for many years. So it's inhabited many people's bodies and has made children throughout the years. So we've seen 3 of the kids like confirmed up to this point, where it was Choso, one of the weird looking ones, the weird butcher looking
Those
guy.
were Geto's kids.
Yeah.
Or rather the curse,
the curse
thing that's living in Geto's body.
His name
Geto's
is
actually a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? And then he got taken over.
They mentioned his Noritoshi is the curse, it looks like.
Noritoshi.
So, yeah, those are 3 of his kids. Itadori seems to be another one.
So hold on, my bad. Just so we're on the same page, right?
Mhm.
I interpreted this as Kaori is that person we're seeing there.
No.
Who?
Because
Yes?
he mentions that the grandfather mentions that he wanted a child and it didn't happen with Kaori. So I guess he linked up with this girl who I guess was able to bear children and is also secretly the Noritoshi curse as well. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Kaori is not this woman.
When she said, "What are you talking about?" I kind of thought it was all right.
Oh, she died. Kaori's
so
dead.
I could be wrong, but
sorry,
huh?
Kaori's dead. She says that like it didn't
Yes.
happen with
What I
Kaori.
interpreted that was that they knew she died, and this is I don't know. Like she came back to life because the thing went in her head, but that's not how it works. He takes over somebody that's already alive, right? He doesn't take over a dead corpse.
Right.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
so there's more stuff to know.
There's obviously more things to know as we cut back to the present. We're obviously going to get a little bit more of an explanation as to the mystery behind Noritoshi down the road, but we cut back to the present. Itadori wakes up and he is across from Okotsu, and Okotsu is laughing. Yay! He's a good boy. He's on the good side. Very excited.
Also one more thing. I think it's really interesting that he only remembered this after reverse curse technique was done on him.
Yeah. Well, I think that has also something to do with Sukuna because he kind of smiled when Yuji hit him. So something's going on with Sukuna in that moment as well. But it's a lot of speculation at this point. Continuing onward. It turns out Okotsu once met up with Gojo, and Gojo asked him to look after Yuji, or even the kids of the Jujutsu High school in general, because in case anything ever happens to him, just look after these kids, especially Yuji, because he was set up for a secret execution, just like you were back in the day. So, look after him. And yeah, he basically kind of just went undercover, assured the elders that he would do their bidding in killing Itadori, and survived. Used his curse technique to kill him and then revive him, essentially. It's pretty cool. This is the second time Yuji's been dead and not dead anymore. So
yeah.
So is Kotsu like a master of reverse curse technique then? Does that mean reverse curse technique means like he doesn't use negative energy, right? He uses positive energy or love. That's his thing, right?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
because
that's why that's why he can use it so well, because he has such a high affinity for that.
Yeah, he seems to be able to use both, which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
because of his connection with Rika. He loves Rika, so that's why he's able to use reverse curse technique, essentially.
Right.
Yeah, and she's a curse that actually just only cares about him and doesn't want. Well, she does harm other people, but
Yeah.
not just one-time destruction.
Yeah, just in his name, essentially.
So I think this means that reverse curse technique is mainly used for healing or positive energy, and negative energy is for hurt.
I know there was a big description about reverse curse technique and all that stuff. I have to look back on it. I'm slowly absorbing the anime as a refresher course, weirdly enough. So that's been a big help to remembering certain things for me. But if anybody in the comics wants to let us know, drop below. Tell if you.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It says it's normally used to heal human bodies. That's what it's normally used for. Okay. But I'm pretty sure that there's a lot more to it.
I'm sure
than this.
Yeah, why not? Right?
Yeah, why not?
Because I really do think it's not a coincidence that he remembers this. Like he gets this flashback once reverse curse technique is done on him.
Yeah. So. Okay, so basically Itadori asks him, is like, why did you save me? Why are you doing this? And basically, first of all, Okotsu's like, well, first of all, we are very similar. We basically are going through kind of the same thing. I mean, I thought I had my power forced on me, but I invited it upon myself, but not you. Your power isn't yours to bear, You aren't to blame. And at that moment, that's when a very familiar face shows shows up. It is Megumi. He pulls up out of nowhere and is
Poggers!
yeah, our boy. He shows up.
Hulk Trump!
And he basically looks down at Itadori. He's like, let's go back to Jujutsu High. We will rejoin the older students, and at that, which means Maki may be alive. Maki may have survived her operation or whatever she was going through, and I'm very excited about that.
I really didn't think she would die. Like, I really was not going to think she was going to die.
Who knows? Honestly, they got rid of a lot. I mean, it's almost guaranteed that Nobara is gone. So, I don't know. It could have been anybody. Jujutsu Kaisen is not one series to hold back, in a way. This is a strike.
I think Nobara is still alive.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not saying that she isn't. I'm reserving judgment. I'm very bad at theorizing these things. She could be alive next chapter. But, yeah, basically they go back, and they're about to... I mean, Megumi tries to say, is like, let's go back, and Itadori is like, don't act like nothing happened. Everything that happened, like all these people died because of me, and Megumi's like, it's our fault, both of us, you know. But you know, at the same time, we're not heroes fighting for justice. We're jujutsu sorcerers. The only way that we can continue to prove our worth of existence, we just have to keep saving people. You know, we're gonna make these kind of like mistakes. The things we deal with are dangerous for the most part. And he doesn't literally say this, but this is what I'm gleaning from it. It's like we just have to save as many people as physically possible with the time we have. So, you know.
I thought this was a really cool moment because, like, of course, like, Itadori is kind of like a person who is kind of like this is like a branch away from, like, traditional shonen shit, you know? Where it's, like, guilt of wrongdoings and stuff like that. It's not a luxury, you know? It's not something that these people can allow themselves to hold themselves back. Like, it's not in the job description for them to be held back by these emotions, you know?
Yeah.
It's a moment where they had to kind of nut up and keep pushing forward so that, you know, all the lives that were lost aren't in vain, you know? They can save more lives if they push forward.
Right. It's also, you know, that, like, the more these negative emotions can manifest into curses themselves and all that. Yeah, it's in their trade. But deep down, Itadori is like, it's not even just that all of the guilt of the things he's done is that his Megumi's life will be shit as long as Itadori's around. But Megumi kind of just shuts that down. He says, so start by saving me. And he explains that apparently Noritoshi Kamo has made plans for Jujutsu people in general to face off in what's called a Culling Game. And I guess it will entail the Jujutsu sorcerers as well as the new sorcerers that Kamo has created over the years. And Megumi's sister is one of the Jujutsu sorcerers that were awakened by Kamo. So he's asking Itadori, is like, yo, we gotta go. We gotta free my sister, basically.
Damn.
And the last 2 pages are the rules of the Culling Game. I won't go into them at depth. Just a quick, very important footnotes. After awakening a cursed technique, players must declare their participation within 19 days of the Culling Game's beginning. And, you know, there's, like, I guess a bunch of barriers set up, and they have to pick one, go to it, and participate it. If they don't, they get their cursed technique removed. And points are basically distributed based on whether you're able to kill your opponent. Sorcerers are worth 5 points, and non-sorcerers who accidentally may walk into these barriers also count as points. So,
damn, but only 1 point.
That's pretty, yeah, only 1 point. 1 point per regular person you slaughter for accidentally walking into this zone. And one important rule, I guess, is that you're able to spend 100 points to negotiate with the game master a new rule to the Culling Game.
That's probably gonna pull up in this story, like sure. in this arc. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, this is again an interesting battle royale-esque scenario. I'm really loving this new premise for the arc. Essentially, he's just like, here's the new arc, here are the rules. We're just gonna get it popping immediately.
Just like that.
No time for emotions. It's time to get into the fucking more violence.
Time to shonen time.
He's like, Itadori, listen, you don't understand. I don't give a fuck about how you feel right now. I really need you to get your shit together and help me.
Yeah. Wow.
Sumiki.
She's
involved. That's the chick with the weapons, right?
No, Sumiki is Megumi's sister, who's been in a coma for the better part of this series until just now.
She awoken with the cursed spirit.
Yeah, she's one of the She's one of the sorcerers that Noritoshi infected with cursed technique. So she's got to participate. Someone's gonna have to fight Megumi's sister. But yeah, I mean, RGC for me. I came to the conclusion.
Certified RGC.
Certified RGC.
It was pretty easy to kind of
same.
figure that Kotsu was not gonna just kill Yuji. But I love the new rules. I love this I love they're just going straight into the next one. You know, I like that we've had our epilogue and we've had our a chance to see. There's a lot of intrigue going on with the supporting cast. We don't know who's available to even fight in this Culling Game. We don't know who'll show up. There's still the Kyoto kids who might just pull up. Teachers may get involved. Jujutsu sorcerers who are teachers at these schools may get involved.
Because anybody could walk into these barriers.
Yeah. And anybody with cursed energy in general can participate. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. It's a very interesting premise for a battle scenario, I would say. But I mean, that's all I gotta say. Best chapter of the week for me.
Same.